It's no secret that a divorce is expensive. As for how much divorce will cost you, it's hard to estimate just how much you stand to lose since costs go far beyond hiring an attorney and can affect everything from your mortgage payments to your utilities and insurance. 9 steps to protect your money in divorce, how to protect assets from divorce, and how not to go broke when breaking up. Number 1. Learn how much money you have. Even if you don't think you're rich, you may have more assets than you realize, and you can't protect what you don't know is there. Holly Davis, a family law attorney and partner with Kirker Davis, a law firm in Austin, Texas, says the first thing she recommends to anyone getting divorced is to find out what money you and your partner have. This means knowing the balance of everyone's savings plan, credit card bills, everything. When you know the grand total of what you own, you can then start forming an opinion about what you own and what could possibly be your financial future upon a divorce. Number 2. Don't hide money. Hiding money may be tempting if you feel your spouse isn't trustworthy, but don't do it. Hiding money in anticipation of a divorce is a generally terrible strategic mistake and may result in an escalation of contentiousness, legal fees, and loss of credibility with the most important person in your divorce. Number 3. Separate your bank accounts. If you don't have your own checking and savings account, get them now. Start working with your spouse to separate bank accounts. If all your money is in a joint account, you may be concerned that the other spouse will abruptly withdraw all of it. Number 4. Create an emergency fund. If you've opened a savings account, you can use that as your emergency fund. Or if you prefer, open a second savings account just for emergencies. In case you ever have to use it, you should have a savings account that is an emergency fund, a legal fund or rainy day fund that you can access and that cannot be touched by anyone else. An emergency fund is a good idea even if you're happily married. It's always a good feeling to know that you have money you can access if need be, or potential lines of credit, in the event that the majority of your assets are held only in the name of your other spouse. Number 5. Make sure the paperwork is filled out correctly. The best way to make sure the paperwork is filled out properly is to make sure you hire competent professionals, such as a divorce attorney or divorce coach. But as an example of what can go wrong, if you are splitting a retirement or pension plan, you will probably need to file a QDRO with the courts. A QDRO is an abbreviation for Qualified Domestic Relations Order, and it requires part of a retirement plan to be assigned or paid to another person, like an ex-spouse. That's something best left to an attorney. Number 6. Hire professionals to help you. That might mean hiring a divorce attorney, but it might also mean instead hiring a mediator. That might mean hiring a divorce attorney, but it might also mean instead hiring a mediator. That's somebody who represents you and your soon-to-be ex. A mediator is there to help you two come to agreements that you both can live with. But the larger point is that if you want to save money in a divorce, you may have to spend some. And because we're talking about possibly the rest of your life, you really do want to make sure that you settle your financial affairs in a way that is fair to both of you. Number 7. Consider taxes. Olivia Summerhill, a divorce money consultant and founder of Summerhill Wealth Management who works with affluent women, recommends the following as you split up wealth. You need to make sure you are not taking the assets that have not been taxed while the significant other gets the tax-free assets. She offers an example of a husband receiving $875,000 in a 401k retirement account while the wife received $875,000 from money in a checking account and at a brokerage. It may sound fair at first glance, but it isn't. The husband in this scenario is going to have to pay taxes if he withdraws the money, while the wife would not. Number 8. Remember the extras in child support. If you're going to receive child support, make sure you add in the extracurricular activities such as camp and soccer gear. Of course, a good divorce attorney will also be thinking ahead on this, and hopefully both parents will be in agreement that a child's expenses aren't static. A child's needs and interests are always evolving. And of course, you also need to think about paying for college. So you don't want to underestimate child support. Number 9. Don't let the house cloud your judgment. Many people get emotionally attached to their home, so it's understandable if you want it in a divorce. If your spouse doesn't want the house, even better. Or so you would think. You could win the house and later feel like you lost. The cost of the upkeep and yearly mortgage payments may not be as beneficial as getting a brokerage asset in the divorce settlement. Downsizing to a more affordable home, but staying in the same school district, may be the better way to go. And everybody's marriage situation is different. You may be in a scenario where one of you wants a divorce and the other doesn't. Your marriage might be one of those where neither of you trusts the other at all, or one of you is intimidated by the other, and there's no way you can ever harmoniously work out the details of ending your marriage. Divorce attorneys and court may be the only option. But it should be thought of as the last resort, especially if you and your partner generally like each other but simply realize that you aren't compatible as spouses. Always remember to seek professional help. This will make you better solve problems and save money. If you liked the video, leave us a like and subscribe to the channel. Be happy and see you soon.